Namo Vasudevaya Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriye Nashtuprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtike. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Chapter 3, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's stay at the house of Advaita Acharya. So yesterday we discussed all the wonderful items that were prepared by Sita Thakurani, wife of Advaita Acharya, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So further, let's see what he said. अन्न व्यंजन उपरि दिला तुलसी मंजारी तेन जल पात्रे सुवासित जल भारी. Upon the stack of boiled rice and all the vegetables were flowers of the tulsi trees. There were also pots filled with scented rose water. Tin Shubhra Pitha Taro Parivasana Ei Rupe Sakshat Krishna Karaila Bhojana. There were 3 sitting places where soft cloths were placed. Thus Lord Krishna was offered all the food and the Lord took it very pleasantly. Aratira Kale Dui Prabhu Bulaila Prabhu Sange Sabe Asi Arati Dekhila. It is a system after offering food to perform Bhoga Arti. Advaita Prabhu asked the 2 brothers, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, to come see the Arati. The 2 lords and all others present went to see the Arati ceremony. Arati Kariya Krishna Karaila Shayana Acharya Ashi Prabhu Re Tabe Kaila Nivedan. After Arati was performed for the deities in the temple, Lord Krishna was made to lie down to rest. Advaita Acharya then came out to submit something to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now this is also for the deities. It is said Advaita Acharya made him to lie down to rest. This is what those who are not devotees, they cannot understand. How can a murti rest? Yes, deities can take rest, and they do take rest. After the meal, they were feeling sleepy in the afternoon, and always we have to keep a bed on the altar or on the side of the altar. A small bed, it could be small, for the deities to take rest. गृहेर भीतरे प्रभु करुण गमान दुई भाई आइला तबे करिते भोजन. Shri Advaita Prabhu said, My dear lords, kindly enter this room. The 2 brothers, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, then came forward to take the prasadam. Mukundhari das dui Prabhu bulaila, yoda hate dui jane kahite lagila. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu went to accept the prasadam, they both called Mukunda and Haridas to come with them. However, Mukunda and Haridas, both with folded hands, spoke as follows. Mukunda kahe mor kichu kritya nahi sare, pache mui prasad pamu tumi yaha ghare. When Mukunda was called for, he submitted. My dear sir, I have something to do and that is not finished yet. Later I shall accept the prasadam, so you 2 Prabhus should now please enter the room. Haridas kahe mui papisht adam, bahire ek mushti pache karimu bhojan. See the mood of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur said, I am the most sinful and lowest among men. Later, I shall eat 1 palmful of prasadam while waiting outside. Although the Hindus and Muslims lived together in a very friendly manner, still there were distinctions between them. The Muslims were considered yavans or low-born, and whenever a Muslim was invited, he would be fed outside of the house. Although personally called by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu to take prasadam with them, still, out of great humility, Haridas Thakur submitted, I shall take the prasadam outside of the house. Although Haridas Thakur was an exalted Vaishnava accepted by Advaita Acharya, Nityanand Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nonetheless, in order not to disturb social tranquility, he humbly kept himself in the position of a Muslim, outside the jurisdiction of the Hindu community. Therefore, he proposed to take prasadam outside the house. Although he was in an exalted position and equal to other great Vaishnavas, he considered himself a papist, a most sinful man, and adham, the lowest among men. Although a Vaishnava may be very advanced spiritually, he keeps himself externally humble and submissive. See the humility of Haridas Thakur. Although he is accepted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Namacharya, and he was chanting 300,000 holy names every day, but still, even though Mahaprabhu is calling him to take prasad, come take prasad with us, he still did not. And this humility is what attracts Mahaprabhu's mercy. दुई प्रभु लया आचार्य गेला भीतरे घारे प्रसाद देखिया प्रभुर आनंद अंतरे. Advaita Acharya took Lord Nityanand Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu within the room, and the two lords saw the arrangement of the prasadam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was especially very pleased. He wasn't pleased because he will be eating so much of prasadam. He was pleased because the deities are fed so much of prasadam, bhoga, and means deity worship is going on nicely. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was pleased because he saw how nicely so many varieties of food were prepared for Krishna. Actually, all kinds of prasadam are prepared for Krishna, not for the people, but the devotees partake of prasadam with great pleasure. Aiche anna ye Krishna ke karaye bhojana, janme janme shire dharo, tahara chara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved of all the methods employed in cooking and offering food to Krishna. Indeed, he was so pleased that he said, frankly, I will personally take the lotus feet of anyone who can offer Krishna such nice food and place those lotus feet on my head, birth after birth. Wow. See, and this is bhakti, just offering Krishna wonderful bhoga. And Mahaprabhu is so pleased. Of course, Krishna also must be pleased. Because preparing bhoga nicely and so many varieties means one has to be really devoted. Then and then only one can do that. Prabhu jane tin bhoga Krishnera nevedya acharya mana katha nahe Prabhu vedya. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the room, he saw three divisions of food, and he knew that all of these were meant for Krishna. However, he did not understand the intentions of Advaita Acharya. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur states that one of these servings was offered in a metal dish and was meant for Krishna, whereas the other two were placed on big banana leaves. The offerings on the metal plate was personally offered by Advaita Acharya to Krishna. The other two servings on banana leaves were to be accepted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. That was Advaita Acharya's intention, but he did not disclose this to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the food offered in three places, he thought that all of it was meant for Krishna. प्रभु बले वैशति ने करिए भोजन आचार्य कहे आमी करीब परिवेशन. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, let us sit down in these three places and we shall take prasadam. However, Advaita Acharya said, no, no, I shall distribute the prasadam. कौन स्थाने वशिवार आदुई पाता अल्प करी आनीता है देह व्यंजन पाता. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought that all three servings were meant for distribution, means distribution for all the devotees. Therefore, he asked for another 2 banana leaves, saying, let us have a very little quantity of vegetable and rice. आचार्य कहे वैश्य दोहे पिंडी रहु पारे एत बलि हाथे धरी वशैला दुहारे. Advaita Acharya said, just sit down here on these seats. Catching their hands, he sat them both down. प्रभु कहे सन्यासी भक्ष नाही उपकरण यह खाइले कैचे है इंद्रिय वारान. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, it is not proper for a sannyasi to eat such a variety of foods. If he does, how can he control his senses? The word upakaran indicates a variety of foods such as dal, vegetables, and other varieties of possible dishes that one can eat very nicely with rice. It is not proper, however, for a sannyasi to eat such palatable dishes. If he did so, he would not be able to control his senses. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not encourage sannyasis to eat very palatable dishes. For the whole Vaishnava cult is Vairagya Vidya as renounced as possible. And what to speak of eating palatable dishes, even on Ekadashi we eat so much of prasadam and palatable dishes. We think Ekadashi means a different prasadam than for the rest of the days. So, but eating has to be controlled. Vacho vegam manasa koda vegam jivva vegam has to be controlled. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also advised Raghunath Das Goswami not to eat very palatable dishes, wear very nice garments, or talk on mundane subjects. These things are all prohibited for those in the renounced order. A devotee does not accept anything to eat that is not first offered to Krishna. All the rich foods offered to Krishna are given to the grihasthas, the householders. There are many nice things offered to Krishna: garlands, bedsteads, nice ornaments, nice food, and even nicely prepared pan, betel nuts. But a humble Vaishnava, thinking his body material and nasty, does not accept such preparations for himself. He thinks that by accepting such things, he will offend the lotus feet of the Lord. Those who are Sahajas cannot understand what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meant when he asked Advaita Acharya to bring 2 separate plates and give a small quantity of the prasadam to him. So this was his mood, and this is the right mood actually. But Advaita Acharya, being Mahavishnu and a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let's see what he says. आचार्य कहे छाड़ तुम आपनार चूरी आमी सब जानी तोमर सन्यासेर भारी भूरी. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not accept the food that had already been served, Advaita Acharya said, please give up your concealment. I know what you are, and I know the confidential meaning of your accepting the sannyas order. भोजन कर छाड़ा वचन चातुरी प्रभु कहे त अन्न खाइते न पारी. Advaita Acharya thus requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to eat and give up the juggling words. The Lord replied, I certainly cannot eat so much food. Acharya bale akapate karahahara yadi khaite na para pate rahi beka ahara. Advaita Acharya then requested the Lord to simply accept the prasadam without pretense. If he could not eat at all, the balance could be left on the plate. See, this is the beauty of devotional service. And that is when We say even the Lord gets controlled by the love of his devotees. This is completely shown. 3 days, Mahaprabhu did not eat anything. He was just chanting and dancing in ecstasy. Now he came to Advaita Acharya's house, and Advaita Acharya his wife has prepared so many items. And as sannyasi, he was not supposed to eat all this. But Advaita Acharya forced him, and, and he relented. Mahaprabhu relented. प्रभु बलेत अन नारी बेखाइत सन्यासीर धर्म नाहे उच्चिष्ट रखीत. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I will not be able to eat so much food. And it's not the duty of a sannyasi to leave remnants. So remnants, or when we try to take somebody's prashadam, Mahaprashadam actually, that means we are transferring our karmas to him or her. Lord can eat anything and he can take any care of anybody's karma. For him, he says, Sarva Dharman Parit. Aham Tvam Sarva Pape De Moksha Shyamam Mashacha. The Lord can do that, but we can't. So Prabhupada used to, for his disciples, he used to leave his remnants, understanding he would be taking their karma. It's very, very difficult to digest the karma. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, Bahir Jalashayam Gatva, Tatopasprisya Bhagayata, Vibhajya Pavitam Shesham, Bhunjita Shesham Ahritam. Whatever edibles a sannyasi gets from a householder's house, he should take outside near some lake or river. And after offering the Lord food to Vishnu, Brahma, and the sun, 3 divisions, he should eat the entire offering and not leave anything for others to eat. Acharya bale nila chale khao chavan baran ek bare anna khao shat shat bharan. In this connection, Advaita Acharya referred to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's eating at Jagannath Puri. Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are identical. Advaita Acharya pointed out that at Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate 54 times a day. And at each time he ate many hundreds of pots of food. So much of prashadam is offered, or bhoga is offered to the Lord. Din janar bhaksha pinda tomar ek grasa, tar lekha ei anna nahe pancha grasa. Shri Advaita Acharya said the amount of food that 3 people can eat does not constitute even a morsel for you. In proportion to that, these edibles are not even 5 morsels of food for you. मोर भाग्य मोर घर तोमार आगमान छाड़ा चातुरी प्रभु करह भोजन. Advaita Acharya continued, by my great fortune, you have just come to my home. Please do not juggle words. Just begin eating and do not talk. Ete bali jal dila dui gosair hate hasi alla gila duhe bhojana karite. Upon saying this, Advaita Acharya supplied water to the 2 lords so that they could wash their hands. The 2 lords then sat down and smiling began to eat the prasada. Nityananda kahe kailo tino upavasa aji paran karite chila bada asha. Nityanand Prabhu said, I have undergone fasting for 3 days continuously. Today, I had hoped to break my fast. Aji upavas haila acharya nimantrane, ardha pet na bharibe, eigrase kane. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking that the quantity of food was enormous, Nityanand Prabhu, on the contrary, thought it not even a morsel. He had been fasting for 3 days, Behind Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was also fasting and had greatly hoped to break fast on that day. Indeed, he said, although I'm invited to eat by Advaita Acharya, today also is a fast. So small a quantity of food will not even fill half of my belly. This is Nityanand Prabhu. आचार्य कहे तुम ही हो तैरते कसन्यासी कबू फल मूल खाओ कबू उपवासी. Advaita Acharya replied, Sir, you are a mendicant traveling on pilgrimage. Sometimes you eat fruits and roots, and sometimes you simply go on fasting. दरिद्र ब्राह्मण ने घरे ये पहला मुष्टि एक आना इहा ते संतुष्ट हो छाड़ा लोभ माना. I'm a poor Brahmin, and you have come to my home. Please be satisfied with whatever little food you have received and give up your greedy mentality. So Advaita Acharya and Nityanand Prabhu, they always would have this mock fight. But actually, if if we understand their fighting or their conversation properly, actually they would be glorifying each other. We have to understand it properly. नित्यानंद बले आवे कैल निमंत्रण तत दीते चाहयत करिए भोजन. Lord Nityananda Prabhu replied, whatever I may be, you have invited me. Therefore, you must supply as much as I want to eat. Shuni Nityanandera Katha Thakur Advaita Kahe Tahare Kichu Paya Pirita. His Divine Grace Advaita Acharya, after hearing the statement of Nityanand Prabhu, took the opportunity presented by the joking words and spoke to him as follows. भ्रष्ट अवधूत तुम्ही उदर भरीत संन्यास लाइयाचा बुझी ब्राह्मण दंडित. Advaita Acharya said, you are a reject Paramhamsa, and you have accepted the renounced order of life just to fill up your belly. I can understand that your business is to give trouble to Brahmins. He said, Bhrashta Avadhuta. You're a reject Paramhansa, but because Nityanand Prabhu did not belong to any category of Paramhansas, he's the Supreme Lord himself. So, Prabhupada has tried to explain, but these, it's also mentioned that one should not take side if he sees two Vaishnavas having some argument or fight, because we might commit offense. There is always a difference of opinion between a Smartha Brahman and a Vaishnava Goswami. There are even Smartha opinions and Vaishnava Goswami opinions available in astrological and astronomical calculations. By calling Nityanand Prabhu a Bhrashta Avadhuta, a rejected Paramahansa, Advaita Acharya Prabhu, in a sense, accepted Nityanand Prabhu as a Paramhansa. In other words, Nityanand Prabhu had nothing to do with the rules governing Smartha Brahmins. Thus, under the pretense of condemning him, Advaita Acharya was actually praising him. In the Avadhuta stage, the Paramhansa stage, which is a supermost stage, one may appear to be Vishayi on the platform of sense gratification, but in actuality, he has nothing to do with sense gratification. At that stage, a person sometimes accepts the symbols and dress of a sannyasi, and sometimes does not. Sometimes he dresses like a householder, but he could be a Paramahansa. We should know, however, that these are all joking words between Advaita Acharya and Nityanand Prabhu. They are not to be taken as insults. In Khaladaha, sometimes people misunderstood Nityanand Prabhu to belong to the Shakta Sampradaya, whose philosophy is Anta Shakta Bahi Shaiva Sabhayam Vaishnavo Mata. According to the Shakta Sampradaya, a person called Kolavadhuta thinks materially, while externally appearing to be a great devotee of Lord Shiva. When such a person is in an assembly of Vaishnavas, he appears like a Vaishnava. Actually, Nityanand Prabhu did not belong to such a community. Nityanand Prabhu was always a brahmachari of a sannyasi of the Vedic order. Actually, he was a Paramhamsa. Sometimes he is accepted to be disciple of Lakshmipati Tirtha. If he so accepted, Nityanand Prabhu belonged to the Madhva Sampradaya. He did not belong to the Tantric Sampradaya of Bengal. So, just some technical knowledge, but Nityanand Prabhu, way beyond Paramahamsa, is Supreme Lord himself. But these are joking words between Advaita Acharya Nityanand Prabhu. And later on, Nityanand Prabhu will show who is he. Okay, I guess we can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance.
Hare Krishna Mata, please accept my.
Prabhuji, so when we do any worship of any our ancestors in that is also part of worshipping Krishna also, only, right? Or should we do it in some different way?
Worship of
Sorry,
ancestors.
means like when we do Shraddh or when we have Punyatithis. So in that way, what should be our mood of that service?
Well, first we worship Krishna and offer bhoga to him. And then we can take that prasad and offer it to our ancestors. Uh, and
Okay.
that way they can accept the prasadam, even though in the subtle body they can come and accept prasadam and get benefited.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Actually, today I'm at my ancestral place for my brother's Punyatithi. So that's why I thought to ask actually before everything start actually.
Yeah, first you worship Krishna or
Yeah.
whichever deities you have, and then you can
Mhm.
offer it to your brother.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
Okay.
Because I just carried Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Panchatattva and Radha Krishna to my native place actually. So I will
Murti
first
or
offer them.
pictures?
No, small deities, photos.
Okay. Yeah, first you offer them and then you can offer it to your brother.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, okay, chalo. You all have a
Thank,
safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna.
thank you
Jai
very
Shri
much.
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhuji.